Hi, so today I will be discussing to you about the digestive system, and mainly the three factors that affect metabolic rate, the flow of food from the mouth to the anus, how the body utilizes the biomolecules in anabolism and catabolism, and lastly, how the digestive system maintains blood glucose level. So 1. What are the three factors that affect metabolic rate? The three factors are temperature, mass, and phylogenetic affinity. For temperature, heat in the body produces more kinetic energy that can cause the cells to move much rapidly and speeding up the movement of molecules, which speeds up the chemical reaction. Now for the mass, the smaller the organism's mass, the higher its basal metabolic rate is likely to be. This relates to the animal's surface area to volume ratio and how it varies with size. Just like how a gram of mouse tissue metabolizes 10 times faster than a gram of elephant tissue. Number 3. Phylogenetic affinity. For species of the same mass, there are some differences between higher level taxonomic groups, notably the difference between endotherms and ectotherms. And now for the flow of food from the mouth to the anus. We start with ingestion and propulsion, which is a mechanical and chemical process. The flow of food starts from the mouth, where it mixes with the saliva we produce, and then is chewed to form a bolus. Saliva breaks down any starch with the use of the enzymes present in it. The food is then swallowed entering the esophagus. Once the esophagus senses the bolus through the nerves surrounding the esophageal tissue, it starts the process called peristalsis, which pushes the food into the stomach. For digestion, which is also a chemical and mechanical process, once the food is in the stomach, the hormones triggers the release of stomach acids that breaks down the food's proteins. These hormones also send signals to the pancreas, liver, and gallbladder to secrete digestive juices and bile to digest the fat. The food then stays in the stomach for 3 hours, which then turns to chyme and then proceeds to the small intestine. Now for the absorption, which is mainly a chemical process. The gallbladder then sends bile to the duodenum, where the fat is dissolved from the chyme to be easily digested by pancreatic and intestinal juices. The juices, which are full of enzymes, break down the fat into fatty acids and glycerol so the body can absorb it easily. These enzymes also break down proteins into amino acids and carbohydrates into glucose, which happens in the lower part of the small intestine, or the jejunum and the ileum, which have villi surrounding it that create a wide surface area to maximize molecule absorption. The molecules then go to the blood and into the organs and tissues. And now for the ingestion, which is mainly a mechanical process. There are still some leftover fiber, water, and dead cells that make their way to the large intestine or colon, where it is drained out of most its remaining fluid. What is left is a small mass called a stool, which is squeezed out into the rectum where nerves tell the body when it is time to let out this waste through the anus. And now for the third question. What is the fate of the different biomolecules once ingested, and how does the body utilize them in anabolism and catabolism? The small intestine absorbs most digested food molecules, as well as water and minerals, and passes them on to other parts of the body for storage or further chemical change. The body utilizes them in anabolism by building complex molecules from simpler ones like synthesis of proteins from amino acids, while the body utilizes them in catabolism by breaking the complex molecules into simpler ones and typically releasing energy in the process. Energy stored in the bond of complex molecules are released in catabolic pathways and are then harvested to power the work of the cell. Now for the last question. How does the digestive system maintain blood glucose level, and which digestive organs are involved, and what hormones are responsible? The organs involved are the liver and pancreas. The liver controls the release of glucose and which organs to release it, while the pancreas controls the glucose level. The hormones involved here are insulin and glycogen. So this is where we end our topic in the digestive system. Thank you for listening. Bye.